Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park,
you're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Colin, and in tonight's news, a summer camp for kids dealing with loss, and Plymouth's annual artisan market is back for another year.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
The New Hope Center for Grief Support is helping kids dealing with the loss of a loved one this summer when they hold a free kids camp. This 2-day camp helps children develop skills to navigate grief. This year's theme, Getting on Par with Grief, aims to help children learn resilience and drive to grow through their grief through team-building events like soccer and other stress-relieving activities like yoga and equestrian horse therapy. Circles of Hope program manager Laura Netling says the camp will help bereaved children build connections with other kids struggling with the same issues.
Grief can be really lonely at any age, and when you are a child, it is that much harder to navigate such big emotions. So giving them the opportunity to see that other kids are going through it too and learn from one another and just create that community is really just critical in their journey with grief.
This camp will take place on July 25th and 26th at Mayberry Farm. Registration is free and open to all kids ages 4 to 14. For more information, visit newhopecenter.net.
The sights and sounds of spring and summer in Kellogg Park will be back for another year this April when Plymouth's summer season kicks off with the annual Spring Artisan Market. The day will include crafts and other artisanal goods, music from local musicians, demonstrations from the community's nonprofit organizations, and interactive art activities from the Plymouth Community Arts Council. This year's market will also have kid creator booths, where children can sell handmade goods like bracelets and toys. Director of Plymouth Downtown Development Authority, Sam Plymell, says the market is an event the whole family can enjoy.
It's a great atmosphere to be hanging out next to the park. The fountain should be running by then. We'll have local musicians playing music throughout the event, some other family entertainment. So if you like farmers markets, if you like handmade goods, if you just like to hang out and people watch and with some entertainment, this will be the place to be on April 20th.
The market will be held from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th in Kellogg Park. For more information and to view the vendor list, visit downtownplymouth.org.
A temporary budget deal in Congress tops our look at world and national news tonight. A short-term funding bill to avert a partial government shutdown is headed to the Senate. The legislation was passed by the House today. It kicks 2 government funding deadlines to March 8th and March 22nd, buying lawmakers more time to come to an agreement on appropriation bills. President Biden says negotiations are ongoing for a temporary ceasefire in Gaza, but it will likely take longer than he hoped. As he was leaving for Texas today, the president told reporters it's doubtful it will happen by Monday. The president earlier this week said a ceasefire could come by next week. The latest inflation report shows a jump of 0.4% for January, which is in line with expectations. The Federal Reserve is considering whether or not to start lowering interest rates. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said last month he wants to see more good data before interest rates start to be cut. Former U.S. Representative Justin Amash is announcing he'll be running for Michigan's open U.S. Senate seat. Amash will be running as a Republican despite previously leaving the party and identifying as both an independent and a libertarian at times. He formed an exploratory committee in January. U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow announced earlier in 2023 that she would not be seeking re-election. A new state house map has been selected by Michigan's Redistricting Commission and will be sent to a 3-judge panel for review. The court invalidated the legislative districts in the Detroit area as unconstitutional because mappers drew them based on race in violation of the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment. The new map is supported by 10 of the 13 members of the commission. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Colin. Your look at campus news is next.
88.1 The Park is proud to bring you Plymouth and Canton's hit music. But what about the stories behind the songs? Or look at an artist who isn't in the mainstream?
You can dive deeper with the behind-the-scenes look at the artists you know and love and upcoming local musicians on Backstage Pass.
Whether you're a fan of rock, pop, hip-hop, or indie, Backstage Pass has exclusive interviews and untold stories waiting just for you.
Our music staff lets you in on the careers, lives, and music of artists with album reviews, live concert updates, and more. Tune in on Thursdays after Newsfile at 5:30 and hear the stories behind the music with Backstage Pass on 881 The Park.
And if you're an indie artist looking to give us a Backstage Pass to your story, email us at 881thepark@gmail.com.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
In campus news, PCEP's Park Player Theater Company will present Neil Simon's hilarious comedy, The Odd Couple female version, tomorrow and Saturday. All performances begin at 7 p.m. in the Little Theater at Canton High School. Tickets are sold at $10 and can be purchased at the door or online at pcepparkplayers.com. P-CCS will host an early college information night on March 6th from 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. in room 401 at Plymouth High School. Representatives from Schoolcraft and Washtenaw Community College will be available. You can speak with college representatives to learn more about their program, and more information is available at pccsk12.com. Plymouth Canton Educational Park will host the annual Activities and Athletics Extravaganza on Wednesday, March 20th from 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. You can check out PCEP's activities in the Salem cafeteria. Athletic teams will be in the Canton Gym, Salem Gym, and Plymouth cafeteria. More information is at pccsk12.com. For campus news, I'm Zainab. Your look at sports is next.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports. The Salem boys basketball season came to a bitter end last night when they lost to the Wayne Memorial Zebras 76-58 in the district semifinals. Ryan Peters led the way for Salem with 19 points, followed by Mitch Robillard with 17. Salem finished at 6-16 overall and 5-10 in the KLAA. The Plymouth and Canton boys basketball team squared off last night in the second district semifinal game of the night. In a back-and-forth battle, Canton came out on top 56-54, ending the Wildcat season. Canton leading scorers included Caleb Williams with 17 and Bradley Azuko with 10. Notably, Idris Khan and Ali Hyder scored 12 for the Wildcats. Plymouth finished the season with a 4-17 overall record and 2-13 KLAA mark. You can catch the Cobras in the district championship game tomorrow night at Canton North at 7 p.m. as they take on the Zebras of Wayne Memorial. The Red Wings aim for a 7th straight win tonight when they host the New York Islanders at LCA. The Wings extended the streak to 6 with an 8-3 rout of Washington on Tuesday. The Wings sit at 33-20-6 on the season and are now just 2 points behind Toronto for 3rd place in the Atlantic Division. The Tigers continued Grapefruit League play today when they lost to the Red Sox 5-2. The loss dropped the team to 3-3 in spring training play. Michigan is back in action tonight, visiting Rutgers in Piscataway. The Wolverines have dropped 5 in a row following their loss to 3rd-ranked Purdue on Sunday. U of M is now 8-20 on the season and just 3-14 in Big Ten play. For Newsfile at 5:30 Sports, I'm Lucas Gentilia. Your look at traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94. Your look at traffic starts now.
We've got a good-looking commute on this Thursday, with traffic moving at or near posted speeds on all area freeways. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park, with your local weather forecast.
Skies will stay clear tonight with a crisp overnight low of 25. Tomorrow, there will be partly sunny skies and a milder with a high of 49. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 36 degrees under sunny skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Lucas and Zainab, I'm Colin on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around. Backstage Pass is next, followed by Back to the 80s at 6, and Plymouth and Canton's hit music at 7.